Today we are going to talk about the human skeleton. And the human skeleton comprises of several bones. You have the bones, you have the joints, you have the cartilage and the ligaments. But today we are going to base on bones. But before we go further, let's define what is a human skeleton. The human skeleton is a study of the internal structures in our body. And these are comprises of several bones. So let's talk about bones and how they are assembled in our body. We have two types of bone, but what is the definition of bone? Bone is the living tissues in our body. Living tissues in our body, and it is divided into two. We have the axial bones and the appendicular bones. Function of a human skeleton. One, support. So let's talk about the support. A human skeleton supports the body against the pull of gravity. Two, it protects. The human skeleton protects the internal organs in the body by framework that shield them together. Three, it's movements. It serves as a movement. Like for example, this is my hand. We have the bones. Here is the bone. Here also is the bone, and we have the joints here. So it helps the hand to move to and fro. It helps the hand to move like this, to and fro. And it's the bone that causes that. The bone and the joints that cause that movement. It serves as the production of blood. The skeleton system produces blood in the bone cell. Within the bone, which is the bone marrow, is where they get blood, the white blood, and the platelets is produced. And it serves as a storage of minerals. The bone cell can store excess minerals. What are those minerals found in the bone cell? For example, we have the calcium and the potassium are stored in the bone. The bone can store those minerals and it releases them into the bloodstream when needed. And the last one is serve as an endocrine regulation. Hormones produced by the bone cells, hormones produced by the bone cell can control energy balance and mineral homeostasis, which spelled as homeostasis, homeostasis. It's divided into two. We have the axial bones and the appendicular bones. The axial bones, which is spelled as axial, they are the bones found in the skull, the vertebral column, and the thoracic cage. And these are the axial bones are 80 bones. 80 bones found in the axial bones. The appendicular bones are the bones found here and down there, but I will project it. Let's talk about the axial bones. The axial bones divide into two. We have the axial bone is the axial bones are divided into different, but let's talk about the skull. The skull is the cap of the brain, and which contains 22 bones and also divide into two. We have the cranial bones and the facial bone. The cranial bones, these are the ones protect the brain, and the facial bone, these are the bones that give structures to the face. Let's talk about and most of the bones found in the cranial bones are cracked and mostly they are cracked bones and mostly flat. And the facial and the cranial bones come together. They are all connected at the sutures, which spells are SUTURE, sutures. So let's talk about it. And the cranial bones also is divided into two. They have the vault and the base. Vault as well, we can call it again as a calvera, we spell as CALVARIA, calvera bones. And we also have the base. The base is the top down view, and the base is also divided into three. we have the inferior, we have the median, and the posterior. And this also are the posterior, which saw the brain. This all come together to form a cranial cavity. Inside the base, we have there a foramina, which is the hole where veins and arteries pass through. We spell as Foramina, foramina. And we also have inside the base again, we have a foramina magnum where the spinal cord pass through. The foramina is spelled as Foramen, foramen. And the magnum is spelled as Magnum, where the spinal cord pass through. And this also are the posterior, which saw the brain. This all come together to form a cranial cavity. And there are also other cavities as well. We have the ear cavity, we have the orbit, and the nasal cavity, So this all come together. As I said, they have the facial bone that are connected to the citrus. And let's talk about the cranial bones. All together, there are 8 cranial bones. We have the frontal, we have the parietal, we have the occipital, and here we can find 2 temporal bones, 2 parietal bones. Here we can find 2 temporal bones, and we have the high here, which is the ethmoid, and we also have the sophomode, which is the sophomode, and the ethmoid is spelled as Ethmoid, ethmoid, and the sophomode, which is the one found here, is spelled as the Sphenoid, sophomode. And also they have a specific names as well. Here is a corona. This is CORONAL, but we project the image for you. And here we have the sagittal, and down here we can find the lambdoid, LAMBDOI, the lambdoid. And also down here we can find the specific name for it is the occipital masquerade. We spell as OCCIPICOMASOID, masquerade. So we have done and here we have a squamous, and here also the specific name for it is a squamous. We spell as the SQUAMOUS, squamous. And now let's move to name the facial bones. And the facial bone, there are 14 facial bones. As well as here is the front. So 14 facial bones, and we have here a thing here which is the lacrima. Here we have something here which is the lacrima. We spell as LACRIA. We spell as LACRIMA, lacrimal. And here is the nose, 2 nose bones here, which is the bridge of the nose. And here we have the palatine, which spell as PALATINE, 2 palatine bones here. Here we have 2 palatine bones, and here we have 2 nose bones, which is the bridge of the nose. And here we have 2 lacrimal bones. And come again, here we have the inferior nose concha. And here we have here again, which is the vomer. We spell as VOMER, vomer. Here is the vomer, and here is the zygomatic bone. We have two zygomatic bones as well as ZYGOMATIC, two zygomatic bone, and here is the maxillary, two maxillary bones, we spell as MAXILLARY, two maxillary bones here. And here we can find the mandible, we spell as MANDIBLE, mandible. So we have done to name the 22 bones in the skull. We have heard about how we project the image for you to see how the bones also as well. We can find another bone here which is not connected to it, between here and the skull muscle, which we call as the hyoid. We spell as HYOID, hyoid. So we can find it here, but it is not connected to this one, but it is found in here. Let's move now to the vertebral column. The vertebral column, which comprises of 26 bones. These are the bones found here. The bones found that they form a S shape. So this supports from the skull to the pelvic here. It supports there. And these are 26 irregular bones. So, and they are divided into 5 sections. So let's name the sections. The first one we get the cervical. The cervical, which we usually call as a C3, contain of 3 bones. That's the C3, the cervical. We spell as CERVICAL, cervical. And we go down again to the thoracic vertebra. The thoracic vertebra, which contains 12 bones, which you can name as the T12. And we go down again to the lumbar vertebra, which contain as 5 bones, which you can call as the L5, the lumbar. And as they are going down, they become larger. Going down. And we reach to the sacrum. The sacrum, these are 5 bones that fuse together to form the sacrum. We spell as SACRUM, sacrum. And to the last one, which is and after the sacrum, we have the oxale. The oxale, which is the tail part. The vertebra has a ligaments that keep them together as well. We have the posterior, the anterior longitudinal ligaments, and we have the vertebral canal. And there are other ligaments as well. We have the longitudinal. We have the lateral vertebral dish. The lateral vertebral dish, which is a pad. Lateral vertebral dish, a pad made up of a nucleus pulposus. It's the pulposus spelled as PULPOSUS, pulposus, and which is the main elastic pad and surrounded by the annulus fibers. The annulus is spelled as ANNULUS, annulus fibers. So annulus fibers, which found between the vertebra, each vertebra, these ligaments are found in there. About the individual vertebrae, we have the body. We have the vertebral foramen, where the spinal cord pass, as I said, for the bones, where the spinal cord pass, and also have the posterior, as the posterior, the lateral, the posterior, which is the up, the lateral, which is the side, and the inferior, which is the down, and has the vertebral arch. The vertebral arch which have two pedicles and two lamina. The pedicle is spelled as P-E-D-I-C-L-E, pedicles, and two lamina, which is spelled as L-A-M-I-N-A, lamina. And there are other for various poses, and there are other poses as well. They have the spinous poses, they have two transversal poses, they have the spine nerves, they have the head where ribs for ribs, we have the head for ribs, and we have the inferior and the superior articular poses. So let's talk about the cervical. The cervical, which is the cervical, which is the C3. The C3 has a short spinal process, large vertebral foramen where spinal cord pass through, with an additional transversal foramen accommodate actors for accommodation of actors. And let's move on to the thoracic vertebra, and we are going to talk about the T9. The T9 has a large spinal process. The T9 has a large spinal process pointing down and exhibits structures for it as well. And the lumbar vertebra much larger and have a pedicle and the lamina. They are thick and short as well, pointing down and exhibit structures for it as well. And the lumbar vertebra much larger and have a pedicle and the lamina. They are thick and short as well. The thoracic cage, which is here, and the thoracic cage, we have a flat bone here, which is called as the sternum. It's spelled as S-T-E-R-N-U-M, the sternum. And this sternum, there are three bones that fuse together to form the sternum. Here we get the mandible. About the appendicular bones. Appendicular bones comprises of 126 bones. 126 bones. And these bones can be found in the shoulder, the leg, and also the feet as well. But let's talk about the shoulder, where the bones in the shoulder, or let's talk about the pectoral gland. So pectoral gland, we have the clavicle, which is a collarbone, and we have the scapula, which is the shoulder bone. And we have the clavicle. At the end here, we have a scamal, which connects to the mandible. And here, the end part of it here again, we have a acromia bone, which connects to the scapula. So now let's name and this part from here to here is called humerus, spelled as H-E-M-E-R-U-S, humerus. So when you remove this hand, you will find the head, and down the head you will find the anatomical neck and the surgical neck, and also you will find here a great tubercle, the lesser tubercle. Within the great tubercle and the lesser tubercle, you can find there the intertubercular glove, and down here you will find the deltoid tuberosity, Down here you can find a deltoid tuberosity, which spelled as D-E-L-T-O-I-D. Deltoid tuberosity is spelled as T-U-B-E-R-O-S-I-T-Y. or SITY, typicity. And from here, you will find again another part. We have the radial glove, a radial fossa. We have also the capitium. We have again the lacrimal fossa. We have a radial. There are many parts, so but I will project the picture for the image. I will project the image for you to see how they are assembly and how they are named, so you will not forget them. We also have the coronoid fossa. We also have the coronoid fossa. We also have again the pseudotree. Now let's talk about the fourth arm. From here to here is called the fourth arm, and this fourth arm we can find the radius and the ulna, and the radius and the ulna are connected by interosseous membrane, a flexible ligament. And here we can find the stall process, we can find the corner process, we can find the tuberosity of ulnar articular circumference of the head, and you can find also the radial stall process. You can also find the radial fossa. You can also find the head. You can also find the radial tuberosity. But when I project the image, you will see how they are named. Because for now, if I move my hand, you will not see how they are made. About the arm, and the arm here, we can find here the carpals, metacarpals, and the phalanges. So the carpals here, we can find here bones like the lumates, scaphoid, xiphoid, the hametes, the capitates. But when I project the image, you will see how they are named, because here you cannot see them. And let's move here to the metacarpals. The metacarpals, they are named from 1 to 5. And let's move to the phalanges. The phalanges here, we have the first stage here, which is the proximal. We have the proximal. We have the middle and the distal. They are all named from 1 to 5. The distal, they are all named from 1 to 5. Let's move to the pelvis, which is the hip. As first we say, the sacrum joins to the hip, and the hip here we can find the sacrum. The sacrum joins to the hip, and 3 other parts we can. Now let's talk about the leg. The leg are the fibula and the tibia, which are connected by the interosseous membrane. We have the head, the interosseous membrane, we have the anterior borders, we have the articular surface. When I project the image, you will see how they are labeled. Now let's talk about the foot. The foot is called the tarsus. This spelled as TARSUS. We have the posterior tarsal, the distal tarsal, and the metatarsal. When I project the image, you'll see how they are named. Thanks for watching.